In Lebanon, thousands lined the streets for the funeral of a high-ranking Hezbollah commander who was killed in an Israeli airstrike on the Lebanese capital of Beirut earlier this week. Hezbollah's top leader, Hassan Nasrallah, spoke via video address, saying the group's war with Israel had entered a new phase and vowed to take revenge on Israel. Joining us now from Beirut is journalist and author Dalal Mawad. Dalal, thank you so much for joining us. How do you interpret what we heard from Hezbollah's leader, Hassan Nasrallah, yesterday?
Well, yes, he vowed for retaliation, but stopped short from declaring a war. He spoke of a real response as opposed to a symbolic one. But when talking about this real response, Hassan Nasrallah used words such as a thoughtful response, that resistance fighters fight with anger but are wise, somehow hinting to the fact that Hezbollah still wants to avoid a full-blown war in Lebanon and sliding into a regional war. And he did throw the ball in Israel's court, saying that once this retaliation happens, of course, without giving any time frame, then it's up to Israel how it wants to respond and whether it wants to drag Lebanon and the region into a full confrontation.
Can we talk about the mood in Lebanon right now? What does it feel like there? What are you seeing, and what is the mood like there right now?
Well, this is the mood the past 8 months, actually. People are living on the edge in a state of anxiety, anticipating whether this war, which has been limited to the tit-for-tat shelling and airstrikes in the south, is going to blow up to the entire country, and that would be devastating. And this week, there was a lot of panic because air flights were disrupted and embassies issued warnings. And the majority of the Lebanese still wants to avoid this war. This is a country that is reeling under the burden of an unprecedented economic crisis and cannot afford a war that would be really devastating for Lebanon. And the Lebanese are already paying the price of this war. More than 90,000 people, Stephanie, have been displaced. Entire villages in the south have been destroyed. Farmlands were shelled by Israel that used white phosphorus as well. So we're already paying the price of this war, and definitely we cannot afford a full-blown war at this stage.
No, not at all. Such a difficult situation. Dalal, when it comes to the assassination of Hamas leader Ismail Haniyeh earlier this week in Iran's capital, what do you think is the significance of his killing and what it means for the war in Gaza?
Well, Ismail Haniyeh was a political figure. He's not involved in the day-to-day operations in Gaza. There are even reports that say that he had no direct involvement in the October 7th attack. He's in discord with Yahya Sinwar. He's known to be more pragmatic than other Hamas leaders. And he was key in the negotiations for a ceasefire deal and hostage deal. And so killing the negotiator, Israel is sending a message to the Palestinians and to the world saying it does not want a ceasefire. It does not want to end this killing and bloodshed in Gaza. And Israel has a history of actually killing negotiators as, you know, they're edging closer to a deal or as they're mediating. In 2012, Ahmed Jabari, a well-known Hamas militant and leader, was, very close to a long-term truce agreement with Israel when Israel assassinated him. So really, more than anything, this harms, the possibility of reaching a ceasefire deal and ending the bloodshed in Gaza. Stephanie.
All while the families of those hostages and civilians insist on a ceasefire. We will see what happens. Dalal, thank you very much. Dalal Mawad, thanks for your time.